Dog!
That's cool because we are recording now, so I got all that.
Well, great. Where am I looking? What's my eye line? Is it right there?
Holy 1989 ToyBiz Batman line. I'm here with my nephew Jeremy, and he's going to go over this cool collection.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Mr. Round.
Shut down.
In 1989, ToyBiz acquired the rights to the movie for this wonderful Batman toy line. They were a fairly new company at the time. I think they had only been around for about a year, and it definitely shows in the toys because they are very rushed, very cheaply made, but for kids like me, it didn't really matter. We just got our Batman toys from our favorite Batman movie.
Hey, so what do you think about, how would you rate the package art on this line?
I'd say it's solid 9.8 out of 10. When you saw these hanging on the pegs on the shelves, they immediately popped out. You'd see rows of toys and then blam, you get gold. And with gold, you get the best. And with the best, you got the best Batman toys.
They're very elegant looking as a collection, isn't it?
Yes, and you know, the artwork may not look exactly like the characters, save for Bob the Goon. I don't think I ever saw Bob smile once in that movie, but yeah, they tell a story. The artwork is beautiful. The gold packaging stuck out, and they continued that line, ToyBiz, with their DC line that came after.
Okay, all right. So tell me about the back of this Batman card, because obviously there was a little bit of a rush, as you said, on the card line. So
yeah, so if you look here, this Batman is actually the Superpowers Batman that has a remolded belt, but it's just been painted black from the gray and the blue. It's not the actual figure that you get in the package, and this square jaw Batman is actually the second Batman figure produced out of 3. They had a very generic face Batman to begin with, and then a square jaw Batman for the second run. And then on the third run, I think the story is they acquired the rights to Michael Keaton's
likeness,
yes, and tried to make it look more like him, but it didn't.
So you have the Batcycle and the Batmobile both boxed, mint condition.
Correct.
There was other vehicles in this line as well.
Yeah, they actually put out a Joker van, which you see pop up here and then at the toy shows.
That's a pretty cool piece, actually.
Yeah, it's very strange. Big purple van. I think it's got his face slapped on the front of it. Yeah. But you know, it's one of those pieces. It's very elusive trying to find it in good condition these days. They also had the Batwing, which was like the creme de la creme. If you got the Batmobile, you had to have the Batwing. It had this little handle that you clamp down on, and the balloon cutters clamp down in the front. It was just the coolest thing. I got hours of playtime out of that. I think I lost a Batwing in Disneyland one year. That was done. And then we got the Bat Cycle and the Joker Cycle, which never made an appearance in the movie, but it's kind of like that extended Star Wars line, you know.
Right.
And story goes that the Bat Cycle, the mold for this toy, is actually the same mold for the RoboCop motorcycle. They just reused it.
Which ToyBiz did that line.
Right, yeah. And then we have the Bat Cave, which finding one of these in the box these days is pretty hard to come by.
Yeah.
And I personally never had the Bat Cave growing up, and I always wanted it. I always thought that would be the coolest thing to have. And even when Kenner bought the rights to this, they reused this Batcave for Batman Returns, Batman the Animated Series. Several Batman playsets reused the same exact mold, just a different card backer for the Wayne Manor portion. These two Jokers here, they may look exactly the same, but if you look very closely at them, one of them has a spit curl on the top of his head, and one does not. And there's also another striking difference about these figures. One of them is blank on the back. And that's the spit curl version. I didn't know about this variant until later on in life, and I just happened to pick it up one day, and it was a little stroke of luck.
What's your history on why it is blank on the back?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but I don't know.
Like, is it a foreign variant?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of foreign variants, we've got an Australian Mego-style Batman here, unpunched. And from what I know, this never came out in the U.S. But I also acquired this. This used to be really hard to come by, but I think quite a few of them were found, and they're not so hard to come by anymore.
So in 1990, ToyBiz loses the rights to the Batman line, and Kenner picks up the rights and creates a new line of Batman figures.
Oh yeah, and boy did they knock it out of the park. The packaging alone on these figures is amazing. We got actual photos of the actors in the movie, save for Jack Nicholson, who is obviously airbrushed art. Very strange, but very cool. And these toys, you got all Batman with this line. It was rare that you could find a Joker, but they were around. But we got so many variations of Batman. We got a quick change Batman. We got Shadow Wing Batman where he flips his wings up. We got Tech Shield Batman. It was just the most Batman you could have.
True Kenner style.
True Kenner style.
Put as many Batmans out as you can.
Yeah,
variants.
one figure, just repaint that puppy and throw it in a different package.
Okay, so the size of this toy line, let's talk about that.
Alright, so these action figures were 5.5 inches. The previous toy line was 6 inches.
The ToyBiz line that we just talked about.
You got it.
Got it.
So it's my understanding that they made these figures 5.5 inches because they retooled some of the vehicles to fit this line as well. Kenner did from other toy lines. So they had to make these figures fit those vehicles.
So, and if I remember correctly, it was a retool of like Police Academy, Silverhawks, RoboCop, that
right.
toy line that they ran retooled, which Kenner did a lot of retooling.
Oh yeah, notorious for it.
Yeah.
But they made it work. The toy line was great. I can't tell you how many action figures I burned or buried in my backyard. Anytime you lost one, there was always another one to be had. All you had to do was go down to the store and pick one up.
So where do you rank the Kenner versus the ToyBiz Batman line?
Oh, that's a hard question. ToyBiz is near and dear to my heart, but these toys had so much playability to them. I got hours of fun out of the Kenner Batman line and the vehicles that came with them. The Batmobile from the Dark Knight collection was way cooler than the ToyBiz. It actually had the canopy on top of it. You could only fit one figure in the Batmobile, but oh man, it had the afterburner in the back. And they came out with their own Batwing, which turned into a vehicle. So many accessories they came out with. Costume sets, ray guns, that was just a retooled Stormtrooper gun from the Star Wars line. But lots of accessories, lots of toys. They went to town on the marketing for the Dark Knight collection. Now the reason I love this collection so much is because this collection came out in 1990. Well, Batman Returns came out in 91. So this collection wasn't around for a long time. They got a year to warm the shelves with these bad boys. And then all these symbols turned white, and this suddenly became Batman Returns. And they just remarketed everything with that white logo. But the original gold Batman logo and the Batman carrying case, I love it. And I'm going to keep working on building this collection. I don't have any of the vehicles with me right now, or the 3 boxed Batman figures, but one day.
So Kenner took the Batman line on to Batman Returns in '91.
Exactly. They just continued that line.
How many of those figures do you have?
None. Absolutely none of them. I don't want them.
You don't want a penguin?
Nope, I don't want a penguin.
A Catwoman?
No Catwoman. No camo Batman. No camo Batmobile. None of that jazz. It got a little crazy.
And Kenner took it on to the Joel Schumacher movies after that as well, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I lost interest after that.
Well, I think most of humanity did.
Yeah.
I hope you really enjoyed the episode we brought to you today. Hey, special thanks to my nephew Jeremy, who brought his cool Batman Kenner ToyBiz collection over for us to take a look at. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and now TikTok, for some new, cool, great content. Leave your comments down below. We love to read those. Don't forget to hit the like button. That really helps out the channel. And then finally, kabow and pow! That subscribe button. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Be safe.